Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi Fitri students, back again with Miss Raisa in Science lesson. So, last meeting you already learned about three groups of animals, which is the mammals, bird, and fish. I guess you already know what are their common characteristics. Are you? And for today, we are going to continue to learn the other three groups. They are first, insect, the second one, reptiles, and the third one is amphibians. So, what are the objectives? By the end of the lesson, I hope all of you know what are some common characteristics of insects, reptiles, and amphibians. Therefore, you will be able to sort or classify the animal based on their groups. Are you ready? Let's start the discussion.
Classification of living things, Part 2. In Part 1, you already learned about mammals, birds, and fish, and now we are going to learn about insects, reptiles, and amphibians. Have you seen the animals here? I believe that these animals are familiar to you. Why? Because sometimes we can see them around. We call them an insect. Now, from the picture alone, can you tell what are some common characteristics that they have? Here are their common characteristics. The first one, insects have segmented body. That means their body is divided into parts. They have three parts. They are the head, thorax, and abdomen. The thorax is usually the place where the wings or the legs attach. The second one, all insects have 6 legs, and then usually they have a pair of feelers, or you can also call them an antenna. Now look at this picture. Is it an insect? If we see, this animal does have segmented body. It also has a feelers. However, let's count the leg. How many should insect have? 6, correct? However, this animal has 8 legs. So, we cannot classify them as an insect. Reptiles. What characteristic do they have in common? Here I have a view example of the animals. From their body alone, can you tell what are their similarities? Here are their common characteristics. If we take a look closely, all of the reptiles have a scales, the things that cover their body. It has a function to protect them. However, how is their scales different than fish? Take a look. They have a dry, hard, and waterproof scales. Each scale is different from one animal and other animals. The second common characteristic is they are cold-blooded. What does it mean? Does that mean their blood is literally cold? No, that means they cannot regulate or maintain their body temperature. When the weather is cold, then their body will follow it. Same with when the weather is hot. So, whenever they feel hot, usually the crocodile here will try to find the sun and try to warm up their body. When they feel too hot, they will go back to the water. Amphibians. What characteristic do they have in common? Can you tell by seeing the example of the animal here? What do they have in common? The first common characteristic, of course, amphibian can live both in water and land. The second one, they have moist skin. So what is the meaning of moist skin? Their skin are always wet because they absorb water and oxygen. If their skin is dry, they might die. The last common characteristic of amphibians. They lay eggs. However, their eggs has no shell. Therefore, usually they lay their eggs in the water. Thank you, class, for listening.
So, that's all of our discussion about the classifications of animals. Are you able to classify all of the 6 groups? By lots of practice, you'll be able to do that. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.